So even though it is not the beginning of the year anymore, I wanted to announce a little challenge that I have for myself when it comes to reading for 2024, and that is a Read It or Unhaul It challenge. This is very much like inspired by Emily Fox. I'm pretty sure she started this kind of series on her channel. I'm not sure if I'm going to like adhere to all of her rules. I think I'm going to be more flexible with my rules. I think what Emily did was to put all of her unread books on her bookshelf in a jar. It wasn't a jar, it was like a huge bag. And then I think monthly she did a vlog where she chose books from that TBR jar and, read them. And I think her rule was that if she DNFs a book, she needs to pick another book from the jar. So how I'm doing it. First things first, I'm not going to put like my entire physical TBR in the jar. I'm going to put books that I have been putting off reading in that jar. So kind of my backlist. Some of them are books that I have a feeling that I'm going to DNF. I've had them for a long time and I don't know, I'm either just not interested in the topic anymore or I've heard some things about that book that I feel like I just might not enjoy it. And I am going to DNF very freely. So if I don't like a book, whether it's on page like 20 or 200, I'm just going to DNF it. So obviously the goal is to read books from my bookshelf and finally unhaul books that I've been keeping feeling like, oh, I might like it, might not, and just kept putting off reading those books for whatever reason. So let's go back in time so you can see exactly what books I picked for this challenge. Okay, hello, it's time to choose my TBR. So I'm going to go through all of those shelves and pick some books that I feel like I need a lot of push to read that have been on my bookshelves for far too long. I think I'm going to record the audio also on my phone because when I turn around, I'm pretty sure you won't be able to hear me. Like, if I talk this way, I'm pretty sure the microphone doesn't pick up my voice, so I'm going to be talking to my phone, so sorry if it looks weird. So let's get to bookshelf number 1. I don't think there's going to be much there. There aren't that many classics that I haven't read yet, but let's see. Okay, so first bookshelf. I don't think there's going to be a lot here, but let's see. No. Some of those I will be putting on my classics TBR, so none to all of those. Oh wait, I think I have one. On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I will be talking about each book later, so this is the first one. Is there anything else? Oh, Snow Country. Okay, yeah, I kind of bought it thinking it was a different book, and now I have it and I don't know where I'm going to read it, so there's that. I think that's all when it comes to this bookshelf. Okay, second bookshelf. I don't think I'm going to put there any of my plays. Maybe Julius Caesar? Nah, I don't think so. Okay. So there's that. Nothing here. No. Okay, I have one. It's hidden here. We have Dr. Throne by Anthony Trollope. Last year I read The Way We Live Now, and well, I DNF'd it, and I just had a little crisis wondering if I even like an Anthony Trollope at all. So this is a third in the series. What is it called? I'll put it on the screen. So I might just try this. Okay. I have The Reef by Edith Wharton. Oh, I have Silas Marner. Not sure if you can see. I'm also not sure if I like George Eliot, so this is definitely a contender. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, wait. Okay. We have The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. We have... Do we have anything else? Oh, right, another George Eliot. Okay, The Mill on the Floss. Okay, that's for this bookshelf. What is here? I think I've read most of those. Yeah. Okay, here we have 3 books by Toni Morrison. I have Beloved, Song of Solomon, and The Bluest Eye. I have tried Beloved and I just really didn't like the writing style, so I DNF'd it. So I think I'm going to try The Bluest Eye, and if I still don't like it, I'm just going to unhaul all 3 of these. Do I have anything else here? No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe Even the Fool? It's a short story, but I read like the first paragraph and I really didn't like the writing style, so there is a chance that I'm going to DNF it But like, if I pull this book out of the jar, like that's going to take me less than an hour to read. Okay, so if I pull this out and read it and not DNF it, then I'm still going to read another book in that vlog because that is just too short. Okay, then we have the most important bookshelf, which is my historical fiction bookshelf. This is so weird. I like reading historical fiction, but I'm almost never in the mood to read historical fiction. I just need a little push to read those kind of books. Also, I feel like a lot of historical fiction is long, which is also why I tend to be a little bit more hesitant. So, what do we have here? Rules of Civility, The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, Life After Life by Kate Atkinson, Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. I was thinking about putting Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell on my TBR, but I think there are going to be some readathons later in the year that I think I'm just going to join because it would be nice to have other people to read this book with. Why suddenly got so dark? I don't know. Oh, and Great Circle by Maggie Sheepstead. Oh, also, there's a lot of books there. I have 2 books by Ted Chiang. Both of those are collections of short stories that are kind of leaning towards science fiction. And the reason I got both of them for Christmas last year, I think. And I just read the first sentences of both of those collections, and I didn't love the writing style. So I just have to either read it or unhaul it. From what I've heard, this is easier to get through if you're kind of new to science fiction or like speculative fiction. Yeah, so I'm going to put Exhalation on my TBR. We also have Flowers for Algernon. So this is my like historical fiction and science fiction bookshelf, and 2 books by Stephen King. I'll have to think what I'm going to do about them. But yeah, Flowers for Algernon. I've had this book for years, and I've heard this is a great science fiction book. So there's that. Okay, I have 2 books by Stephen King. One is a collection of novellas. It's called Different Seasons. It does have Shawshank Redemption here. I don't know, I feel like I could see myself reading one of those novellas. Like, I don't really need a push to read those. And then we have The Stand. I definitely do need a push to read for this book, but it is very long. How long is it? Oh my god, hold on. No. Okay, it has over 1,400 pages, so 1,436 pages. I did not know this book was this long. I kind of want to put this in the jar, but I know for a fact that each time I'm going to reach in that jar, I'm going to be thinking, please not The Stand, please not The Stand. But I don't know, it might be a bit more exciting for y'all if I have this hanging over my head. Okay, I'm gonna put it. Yeah, nothing down there. Okay, now we're going to look at my literary fiction bookshelf and then my nonfiction. Ugh. I'm probably going to talk to you about what I picked after I get down from my bed, but real quickly, The Performance by Claire Thomas, yes. Oh my god. The Unseen World by Elise Moore. Is there anything else? Do I need a push to read this lot? Okay, I'm gonna put it here. The Ensemble. The End of Loneliness. Oh my god, definitely. Special Topics in Calamity Physics by Marisha Pessel. No. Is there anything? Oh, yes. Okay. There's no such thing as an easy job. And Human Acts by Han Kang. There you are. And Life and Death of Sophie Stark. And let's move to my nonfiction bookshelf. Okay, I don't think I have a lot of books on this bookshelf that I would like to put in my TBR jar, because with nonfiction, I'm not in a hurry. Like, when the time when I'm more interested in the topic comes, I will read those books. But books that I do need a lot of push to read, I think would be a supposedly fun thing I'll never do again. Oh, The Uninhabitable Earth by David Wallace Wells. And is that all? I think so. Yeah, I think I'm fine with the rest, waiting for its right time. Okay, so those are them. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought I didn't have enough books for this project. Like, I thought maybe I'll have like 15, but I have 32 or 31. No, I think 32. I also went to my brother's room where I have a bookshelf with my books that I bought in Polish, and I found 3 books that I actually thought I already unhauled, but I didn't. So we have Euphoria by Lily King, I Am, which is a memoir by Maggie O'Farrell, and I think it's called Night Waking by Sarah Maas. So a little bit more literary fiction. Okay, let me talk about the books that I haven't really talked about yet. What haven't I talked about? The literary fiction bookshelves. Let's do those. First, I put 3 books that I actually hauled last year, but I am worried that they are going to just lie on my bookshelves and will not be read. So we have Lot by Schalafer von Reinhold, we have The Ensemble by Aja Gabel, and we have The Life and Death of Sophie Stark by Anna North. All of these books I bought because they were somehow about some kind of artists. This is about some kind of poet. This one is about classical musicians. And this one is about a director. And I bought all of them because I felt like they sounded interesting, but they didn't have a lot of ratings on Goodreads, and I thought, let's read some underrated books. But because I feel like they are underrated and not many people have heard about them, I just am worried that I'm going to forget that I have those books on my bookshelf. So I'm putting them in the jar. So these are a bit different because they haven't been on my bookshelves for that long, but I hope I explain myself well enough so you know why I'm putting those there. So 3 more, that's 6. Then we have 2 books that have been on my bookshelf for very long. Human Acts by Han Kang. I have read, what is that other book by Han Kang? The Vegetarian. I read that a few years ago and I quite enjoyed it, but this one I think I read like the first page or 2 and I realized that this is written in 2nd person and it just sounds a little bit wacky. This is, I think, about a historical event that actually happened in South Korea in Gwangju in 1980. There was some kind of student uprising there and I think some students died. So this is about that. It's high time that I actually read it. Then we have Special Topics in Calamity Physics by Marsha Pessel. I have read that other book by Marsha Pessel that I don't remember the title of, but it's very, very popular. And this one was recommended because it's giving the vibes of like dark academia. I don't know anything else about this book, but I'm either going to read it or DNF it and unhaul it, and we'll see what happens. Then we have There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job by Kikuko Tsurama. I think it's about this young woman who just jumps from job to job and is unhappy in each one of them. This sounds like such a my kind of book, but I keep looking for like a perfect time to read this book and that time never comes, so I just need some outside force to force me to read this book. Then we have another book that I've had on my bookshelf for years, which is The End of Loneliness by Benedict Wells. I think it's translated from German. I do not remember what this is about. Some kind of tragic accident. 2 siblings become orphans because their parents died in an accident. Supposedly it's super depressing. They go to a boarding school together. I don't know. We'll see. Another one that I've had for years on my bookshelf, The Unseen World by Liz Moore. I think it's about a father and a daughter, and the father is slowly losing his memory, maybe? And he's some kind of genius, like, professor, I don't know. But I think it focuses on his young daughter. Then we have The Performance by Claire Thomas. It has something to do with theater. I think there's a play. The Performance. Yeah, I have no idea why I haven't read it yet. I think I talked about these already, so yeah, The Mill and the Floss by George Eliot, The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. I've heard some mixed things about this author specifically, but I'm going to give it a shot. And yeah, this one, Snow Country, already talked about. On the Road, I think, is this like one of the first crime fiction? No, what is it called? Editing Anya will know what this is about. Yeah, I talked about The Bluest Eye, I talked about the classics. The Stand we're just gonna ignore for now. Oh, this one, Rules of Civility by Amor Towles. I've read the first chapter of this and I didn't like it, so there's a huge chance this is going to be a DNF, but I would just like to give it more of a chance than just reading the first chapter. Yeah, I talked about it. Okay. Yeah, Great Circle. Pachinko, very famous. Historical fiction, another Life After Life, another very, very famous historical fiction. Some more historical fiction. Oh, this one I remember now. I also tried the first chapter of this and didn't like the writing style, so there is a big chance this is going to be a DNF, unfortunately. And yeah, this one, I've heard this has a very weird writing style, like David Foster Wallace sometimes like invents words, and yeah, he was a very specific author. Would like to give it a shot. And yeah, the Uninhabitable Earth by David Wallace Wells. It's about climate change, global warming. I should have read this years ago, still haven't. Now I'm left with the decision whether I want to put this on my TBR or not. I have to, otherwise I will literally never read it. Okay, I'm going to. It's happening. So, 31 books. Anya from the future, take it away. And we're back. So, here is the jar. If I remember correctly, we have 32 books in here, or 31, I'm not sure. And basically, if you're seeing this video, that means that I already started filming a vlog for this challenge. Because I feel like it would make me look very silly if I posted this video and then like didn't follow through. So you will get a vlog. My goal is to do this challenge every 2 months, because I feel like every month would feel like too much pressure. So technically you should get like 6 episodes of this Read It R Unhaul It challenge, but honestly, we'll see how it goes. Okay, 2 things I forgot to say. So 1, I will keep the rule that like if I keep DNFing books, the vlog doesn't end until I actually finish a book. And 2, I will have like 2 chances to put a TBR pick back into the jar if I'm not feeling like reading this book at this time. So yeah, basically twice I can decide not to read the book that TBR jar picked for me. So I hope you're excited. I would love it if you told me what do you think about the books that I mentioned in this video. Like, do you think I'm going to like them? Do you read them? All that stuff. And yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next video. Bye!